Oh man, it's Tony. So across my feed, something decent actually happened, and I'm going to pull my normal, not actually watching the video, I'm just going to imagine it. Apparently, Jordan Peterson made a video that debunks the theory of Marxism. I wonder how he did it. Got me to thinking about it. And it got me to thinking about, my line of work and what I do. And also that commenter that I had on a video a couple videos ago about, my labor is my labor. I don't want a manager or some service writer pulling off of my labor. Well, how does that work if you are a deep sea fisherman? Your labor, the actual task that you perform, getting that line in there, working that equipment that's on that boat, there is some serious, absolute value to it. And without you being there, there's no point in that boat even going anywhere. However, if you are a deep sea fisherman, how are you going to get to where the fish are without the boat? My line of work, in a way, it's similar to deep sea fishing. There's an element of the automotive business that anybody could probably get out in their driveway and with a few tools get out there and get the job done. But how do people know that you're doing that type of work? Is everything efficient? Do you have like shelter and coverage? Is your tool secure? What do you do if something goes wrong? Where's the value then? Again, without the worker, the whole thing is for sure pointless. But when we seize the means of production just because of the value of the labor, because of the extra that our labor produces, okay, well, if you weren't able to go into the deep waters, then the amount of labor that you produced wouldn't have the extra that it does when you do have the means to get out in those deep waters. Should there be an equitable division? I would say yes. And that's the idea of when you work for me and I pay commission. Your additional work and your extra output is directly rewarded. If you were a mere wage laborer and it was just hourly, you wouldn't be as directly connected to the production as you are working for me. I don't know if that fully debunks communism or Marxism. I wish that I had a copy of the civics book that my father-in-law used to talk about. They used to have like a pro-capitalist type program called civics, where they kind of explained how the government and how the economy works. I feel like I had it too, but it was economics, and we did a semester. This was high school though, not college level. I'm sure it gets better, but we did one semester microeconomic household stuff, and then the second semester was macro, and we did paper trading back in the day, and this was before the internet, so you actually looked at the newspaper. It was pretty fun. Learned a lot, and I think the education was unique. But to get a copy of a civics book from the 1960s or 1970s, I'd like to get a hold of that. Because he said what happened was, the first 9 weeks, the guy had you sold on communism, had you absolutely convinced that it was good, and then based on that core education, he totally debunked it and made you see the flaws and the pluses of a laissez-faire economy. But then how far do you push laissez-faire? Do Do you allow a bank that's sanctioned to be able to store your money to just do whatever the hell they want with it once they get a hold of it? I say no. It's a sliding scale, man. It's a sliding scale, but the answer, I don't feel like, something in my gut doesn't like what AOC says when, how can you have a person living in poverty within shot of a person with a personal helicopter? What is, you got to take the money away from the person with the helicopter and give it to the poor? Is that how economics works? Let me know.